Hey kids in Africa, my name is Katja.
And I'm Lea.
And we're in 10th grade of Vogt Secondary School. This school year we brought lots of trash to our lessons.
Was wir damit zu tun haben, ist
What I've got to do with it gets clear, doesn't
Wenn
it?
ich Müll erzeuge,
Trash produces plastic. That's not environmentally friendly.
Müll entsteht. Trash is produced when we consume.
Es ist nur Wasser fürs
This
Gesicht.
is only water for a face. You can easily take water from a tap. Why do you put it into a tin?
Müll ist mir nicht egal, weil
I
ganz
care about plastic because a lot of plastic ends in the ocean. And that animals eat. Either they die or we eat those animals. And with that we eat plastic too.
There is rubbish all over the world. Rubbish that can't be reasonably disposed of is dangerous. Our waste travels around the world and sometimes gets to your place as well. Especially if we burn it and carbon dioxide is emitted. We still do that way too much. Buying things produces waste, because everything is packed and used and damaged. We can't do anything. The industry is to be blamed.
Also die Verpackung ist eigentlich unnötig.
Actually, packaging is unnecessary. You could have done it without, especially with these sausages.
Das ist halt Bio.
That's organic food, but the package is still bad.
Wie würdest du es verpacken wollen?
How would you pack it?
Das, ich weiß gar nicht, ob das mit der Haltbarkeit so geht.
I would pack it in sisal bags.
Eigentlich. Dass man das sich hier einfach so rausholt, so viel wie man will, und dann das abwiegt an der Kasse, das wäre das Beste.
The function of packaging is not only to wrap the product. It is to stimulate buying things. Packaging is advertised. We should react to a certain trademark. To those which appeal to us, those we know. Advertising is psychology.
Ich trage lieber so Sachen, die mir gefallen.
I rather wear clothes which I like.
Dann ist das Zufall. Aber
And if it's a brand, then it's
in denen
coincidence.
ich mich wohlfühle und die so aussehen, wie ich aussehen möchte. Ja, ich achte auch
I
eher
don't care about brands either. I even bought a sewing machine so I can sew my own clothes, which I think is cool.
Das ist nämlich auch cool.
You can really cheat with packaging. Nice packaging, nice product is the message. However, that's not always true. Packages want to be more than they actually are. Deceptive packaging. It looks like 200 grams but contains only half of the product.
Die sind nochmal in Plastik eingepackt und
It's packed in plastic 2 times. Inside are small containers made out of plastic to filter the
das
coffee.
ist ziemlich doof, weil es mehr Verpackungsmüll macht,
It will contaminate the
wieder
sea.
recycelt werden muss oder irgendwo in die Meere gelangt.
Juice mostly consists of 90% water. That can be easily added at home. That needs less space and packaging. We already do that when we're using washing powder.
Waschmittelkonzentrat.
Washing concentrate. Basically, water bottles are quite unnecessary. Using tap water is possible, for example. I think it lies in everybody's hands. We could produce less packages by considerate shopping and consumer awareness. The first step is done. Na, es wird auch endlich Zeit.
Ein Schritt zum Umweltschutz.
One more step to the environmental protection.
We know that in Uganda, products are mainly bought in the streets. Selling things directly is the right thing to do. That saves packages. And here a good idea as well. Paper bags from waste paper. But you use plastic bags as well. Fortunately, ours are not for free any longer. However, there's still too much rubbish, and that uses precious raw materials. In Uganda, the same thing starts now, although you don't consume this much yet. This is how it looked in our country a few decades ago. Huge mountains of trash. Trash that had been thrown away and burned. In Uganda's capital, it has to be that way, because there's no money for other solutions. We can also produce mountains of trash. Hoffentlich liegen hier keine alten Batterien. Hopefully here are no old batteries.
Also, dass das alles mal Müll gewesen sein soll. Endlich.
Finally done.
Woohoo! We did it! Woo! Yeah, we made it! We're dancing on our parents' trash!
We stand on our parents' trash. That was the trash mountain of Göttingen. We put soil on it and shut our eyes. Today we can look far. Does look nice, doesn't it? We are not only champions in football. Unfortunately, we are also champions in producing rubbish. But we also seek for solutions. The solution is waste separation. That should rescue and take us back. Behind this mountain, there's Goslar. Diana from Uganda is here for a visit.
Yeah, when you compare roads, cleanness, environment, it's really totally different from Uganda.
Diana is fascinated. She wants to show our ideas for reducing trash at home.
In Uganda, we bring everything together, we put in the same place and we burn it. This machine is for glass and they separate it in different colors. As you see here, like this color is for only green bottles. This machine is for old clothes. If you have something and you don't put it on anymore, you bring it here. The good one, they sell it from Europe, and the rest, they send it to Africa.
Diana knows used clothing from Kampala. Many of our old clothes lands in Uganda's capital. The good thing, you get stylish clothes cheaply. The bad thing, second-hand is bad for the local clothing industry. It can only develop hardly. We consume really too much. For more clearance in our wardrobe, that fortunately are the Göttinger Entsorgungsbetriebe. They have a solution for everything. After grey comes blue, and then yellow again. And if you want, green for organic waste.
Plastics and metal, they separate it together. Then when we come on this container, here we collect rotten materials. Then the blue container, we only collect only papers inside.
Waste disposal from the morning to the evening.
10 tons per tour, 2 times per day.
This has to be less. I always thought that we are drowning in trash, but it seems like humans are all the same. Consume causes trash and comfort let trash mountains rise. Especially in poor countries, trash is still a problem. Waste disposal costs money. About €250 every year per household. For you, that's enough money for a whole school year. Of course you rather burn it than let it deliver expensively. Although waste disposal is in Uganda as well, says Diana. But it's more rarely and mostly private organized. I actually don't care about trash. I don't often think about it. I don't care about trash because there's the waste disposal which recycle it. So why talk about it? We want our footprint to stay small on this world. A small footprint means a small carbon dioxide consumption. How can that work? Much consume means much carbon dioxide consumption. A huge carbon dioxide consumption means to go by car to school daily and to consume thoughtlessly. How we change that? Consume less, consume locally, reuse, and try to buy products that are not more packaged than needed. When I leave the house, I turn off my music, my light and my radiator. My name is Dunja and I want to save water. I try to use less dishes at home. My name is Dancer and I separate my trash. My name is Nestor and I use my phone longer than only for a year. To reduce trash, we have to think globally and learn from each other. We don't want to step on your toes. Our planet is only alive as long as we live. In face of that fact, we're really harsh to it. But we have it in our hands.
What kind of paper do you use here?
This paper is made of wood. The production of this paper needs 280 liters water. But there's also paper which needs only 2 liters of water. But I don't use that.
2 Liter Wasser benötigt, aber das benutze ich nicht.
While eating, we can save waste and energy as well. Regionally and seasonally is a solution. That makes less trash and less transport, which needs less carbon dioxide. In the school's garden we learn how that works. In summer we could feed the school for 2 weeks.
Man führt sich halt wirklich vor Augen.
We now see clearly that we buy things over the whole year that aren't really available over the whole year. They either grow in greenhouses or have to be flown in.
Müssen eingeflogen werden.
I picked myself a nice onion. They were sown in March and now in June they're already grown big. Growing fruits and vegetables regionally is better for our environment because the way of transport is shorter, which causes way less carbon dioxide emission. You simply know where it's from, which gives you a better feeling. Also in the kitchen counts regional and seasonal. We try to cook regional meals, but the students shall decide it on their own in this project. So of course they picked something they like. For example, pancakes. Also with Nutella. Nutella is an example that shows us that we're not using regional ingredients only.
It's expensive. Regional food is expensive, very expensive.
Okay, you can discuss that. But canned corn isn't ideal. Too much package and not enough regional. Many seasonal vegetables. Strawberries only in summer, cabbage in winter. Carrots, potatoes and onions are available over the whole year. Self-made meal challenge, makes fun and tastes good. We learned that we should buy regionally and seasonally. That saves transport, package and is good for the environment. If not from the own garden, then take a look on the package more often. Despite we don't have to give up bananas. Fortunately, they are imported by ship and not by plane. The rest from the school meats are fortunately not thrown away. They are delivered and then they made organic gas with it. We throw away much bread. Ew, that bread is dry, not even pigs would eat that. Horses do. I get old bread and they enjoy the treat. The best way to live is from the hand directly to the mouth. You've shown us great examples for that. Grasshoppers literally fly on your plate, and once a year they even are a delicacy. I heard that they taste similar to shrimps, so why don't we grow them instead of chicken and pigs? They even grow well. 1 kilo food becomes 900 grams grasshoppers. A pig only gains 100 grams. When it tastes good, so why not? But in every case,
Auf jeden Fall immer schön aufmerksam und kritisch sein.
Be aware and critical. Let's go to the Consume Critical City Tour. We are Janun. Janun is a band of youth in whole Lower Saxony. We criticize consume.
Und unter anderem eben auch diese Stadtführung.
This city tour as well. It shows an option in Göttingen what you can make better.
Was man besser machen kann.
When you pick your tomatoes or zucchinis in this garden, no truck has to drive around the whole state. Two months later, everyone can pick, everyone can join.
Und zwar ist das hier die Station Plastik. Wer möchte, kann jetzt sich einmal hier in diese Vorform.
This is the station for plastic. Whoever wants can take a look at the store which don't use its packages.
Ich finde die Idee, dass man ohne Verpackung einkaufen kann.
I think it's a good idea to buy without packages. I tried to do that before, but it's really hard. It's almost impossible. In this store, I get everything I need. And everything I cook at home and eat, I can get it here. When there's something missing or many people ask for a certain product, we try to add that to our offer. They still burn 50% of that? They could easily reuse that plastic, but they don't. Why not?
Ein geringer Teil davon wird sicherlich auch als
A small part will be burned, which replaces fossil energy.
Irgendwelche fossilen Brennstoffe.
Every one of us produces 450 kilograms trash a year. In here gets cuttings and organic trash from the green container. That becomes compost and organic gas. Not long after our visit, everything here got destroyed by a fire. Unfortunately, it doesn't exist anymore. The yellow bags still get here, but only for a layover.
Ist es heutzutage eigentlich wirklich noch nötig?
Is it nowadays still necessary to separate, or isn't there a possibility to do that with modern technology?
Ihr könnt vor Ort leichter trennen.
It's better when you separate your waste at home. When you imagine all is mixed, you can be sure it's not easy to separate again and get a good quality.
Man sieht schon, es ist sehr heterogen, es sind sehr viele verschiedene Sachen drin. Bedauerlicherweise auch.
There are many bad and unknown things in it. Don't let us go too close.
Ich glaube, wir gehen mal nicht so weit rein.
For plastic bottles, we already have a solution. Returnable bottles. We get money for bringing back our old empty bottles, and it's even more than we actually paid. It's crazy that the content is less value than the money we get back. It's a good system to keep the bottles away from the trash bin, but it's not the best solution. Beverages belong to glass bottles. Reusable bottles are the better solution. They can be refilled about 60 times. That's good for the environment. Less waste in a good circular economy. Wow, now I understand why we have to pay that much for plastic bottles. You have a real problem. But fortunately, good ideas to solve that as well.
We as educate students, the educate scholars, like high school, Seguku, as the educate does, that it teaches us to be resourceful, we portray... Which one?
What inspired you? What? Our environment. We applied this leather in order to make this chair free to any environment, as you know, leather materials. But even we tried to cover these bottles just to maintain the pressure in them in order to maintain the shape of the what? Of the chair.
And you repair.
I'm going to refill gas. Yeah, this one. Fill this one, and I put this one here. Then I put the gas.
Great, thanks a lot.
Bye, bye.
Our things quickly get to the dump yard. Repairing is too expensive. Look, they throw away their fridge.
Genau, ihren Kühlschrank schmeißen die weg.
Like so many things, we are a throwaway society. Broken, old, unmodern. That lands there. For things that are still good, there is a day from the Göttingen Entsorgungsbetriebe where you can change material things for another one. It's called Warentauschtag.
I've got some CDs. Can I just leave them here?
Yes, thank you for your donation.
My great-granddaughter, she is namely only 1 year old, but I hope she's going to grow up.
Ja, das ist eine CD. It's a CD which was mine the last time. And now another person gets it who could be happy about it.
Das machen wir.
Here we get back raw materials. The geology of old appliances.
The glass is not so good in the normally mechanical treatment process.
You get the good out of trash.
Bestimmte Gerätearten lassen sich einfach gar nicht anders separieren und auseinanderbekommen, wie wenn das mit der Hand.
Some types of equipment can't be separated so easily. It has to be rebuilt by hand. For example, one of those older TVs, which have not a flat screen, you couldn't split it in a machine. At the end, there would be a large amount of different materials. Because of this, the devices have to be sorted by hand. Not all old electro devices find the way to a qualified recycling station. In Germany, there are approximately 1.7 million tons of old electronics. Not even the half of it goes to the recycling.
Liegt noch viel in deutschen Kellern und Schubladen, oder sind es auch Wege, die wir gar nicht kennen, die nicht in ein vernünftiges Recycling gehen?
Crazy what we throw away. Consume, buying, and away.
I've seen a lot of things. People are really hardworking. It's impressed. Maybe we have a hope of getting such a company like this in our country, but that will be a dream. I don't think so.
But is it really that dreamlike? Hopefully you find a better way. We still throw away too much, too quickly. Unfortunately, repairing is the exception. Repairing is fun and produces less trash.
The dimmer don't work right. Something must be broke.
Und irgendwas da drin muss halt kaputt sein.
Wie ist es denn? Ließ sich nicht mehr drehen? Warum nicht? Der ging nicht mal bis oben.
Vielleicht der?
Nee, der hat nur... Das ist die Sicherung.
That's a new fuse. We have to test it.
So, und wenn...
Do it here or there.
Ja, 1,5.
The amplitude is right. Fine, it works.
Ansonsten wäre unendlich. So, also ist jetzt aus.
The dimmer is off, as well as the lamps. And when I turn the dimmer up to the limit, the lamps also turn to their limit. So I think the dimmer now works right.
Einschätzung? Okay.
Endlich kann ich mein Zimmer wieder vernünftig.
Now I've got light for my room again.
Gut.
Here you can let repair your broken bicycles. When it's about car consume, we still consume thoughtlessly and without inhibitions. There even was the so-called Wegwerfprämie. It means you got money for throwing away your own car, doesn't matter if it was still okay or not. What a waste! You could have saved so much resources.
Wir haben's in der Hand.
There is still much to do. We have it in our hands. Music instead of trash. There are enough ideas. Tell us. Tell us about them. The production of this film was supported by the Göttinger Entsorgungsbetriebe. We thank everyone that helped to make the film. A special thanks goes to the students of the Volksschule in Göttingen. The intercultural school project with Uganda has now one more interesting story to tell.